Hello, my name is Max, and for my video presentation, I wanted to talk about a video game that has been a favorite of mine since 2019, Monster Hunter World. I wanted to talk about this game because a new installment to the series, Monster Hunter Wilds, released quite recently, and I've been having a blast with it. So I thought it would be nice to look back at Monster Hunter World and see what I liked about this game. Monster Hunter World was released January 26, 2018 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, the PC version releasing a few months later. This game was a worldwide success, selling over 28 million copies and becoming Capcom's best-selling title of all time within a month of its release. The game's plot involves you, the hunter, exploring this mysterious new world, uncovering its secrets while fearsome and threatening monsters stand in your way. The main gameplay loop of Monster Hunter involves, you guessed it, hunting monsters, using the material you carve from them to make stronger equipment, then using that stronger equipment to fight bigger and badder monsters. Armor design is also quite fashionable, giving you plenty of ways on how to express yourself. There are 14 different weapon types in Monster Hunter World, but I will not be getting into every single weapon since that would take too long. But just know, each weapon has their own unique playstyle, and using a different weapon type almost feels like you're playing a different game due to how unique each weapon plays. If you don't like a weapon, there are still 13 other weapons that could potentially fit your playstyle. The combat in this game is strategic and deliberate. Pretty much every combo and attack in this game can't be cancelled out of, causing the player to know when to dedicate certain attack combos. Not knowing when you should use your more dedicated attacks at the right time can be pretty punishing. And that's why I like the combat. It's not just hack and slashing at these large monsters to take them down. You have to predict what the monster will do and respond accordingly before it even happens. And with so many unique monsters in the game, you'll be learning how every monster fights. The combat also has plenty of fun mechanics to keep you engaged. If you land an aerial attack on a monster, you can mount them, which is a small mini-game where you have to remain on the monster while it tries to fling you off like a mad rodeo. Succeeding the mount will cause the monster to fall over, giving you a free opening for damage. You can also break certain parts of a monster, like breaking the horn or cutting the tail to weaken it. Hitting a monster in the head with a particularly strong attack can also KO it for a quick moment. Here is an example of me breaking the horn on a monster. In case that didn't entice you, every player is given a funny feline friend that assists you on hunts. These little guys are called palicos, and you can even forge their own special equipment and gear. These felines even cook meals for you before you go out on hunts. These meals give you certain buffs that help you on these hunts, and I love these little fellas.
Aww.
The skill system in this game is pretty in-depth. You can earn these special decorations that correspond to a certain skill. These decorations can be equipped onto your gear, offering endless amounts of custom builds. It took me quite a bit of time and a few Google searches to understand how these skills work, but it's all worth it when you understand how to make your very own build. There is also a great emphasis on preparing before a hunt. Making sure you're bringing the correct items and skills can make taking down a fearsome foe easier if you're properly equipped. Environmental design in this game is also spectacular. The developers put thought into every single monster, making sure they fit into their respective environments. The fantastical setting also makes it more believable, because we all know that the idea of a fire-breathing dragon living within nature is pretty far-fetched under normal circumstances. But these monsters truly do feel at home in this world. Personally, I absolutely adore this game. Although the plot is nothing groundbreaking, it's always a great joy to hop on this game with a friend to hunt monsters or to master a weapon. Climbing up the ranks from fighting small threats to fearsome beasts really shows how far you've progressed as a hunter. I remember my first time playing and beating this game for the first time. I didn't think much of this game, until I found myself drawn back to it year after year to complete it again and again. And that's how I found out that this was my favorite game. And since this game is multiplayer co-op, you can play with up to 3 friends at a time. I remember late nights of playing this game with a full party, repeatedly throwing ourselves at monsters that we thought were undefeatable at the time, until we finally managed to beat it. Overall, Monster Hunter World has been a favorite of mine for many reasons. Its incredible monster design, amazing soundtrack, deep mechanics, and unique charm has cemented it as my #1 game. I'm glad this presentation gave me an opportunity to gush about my favorite game, and I thank you all for watching. See ya.